there once again, people! Last time around, we finished up Quake 0.91, the first shareware. And 3 days later, on June 24th, we got our first update. Yeah, that didn't take long at all. 3 days. And they already came up with a patch. Yep, Quake 0.92. One number more than the previous version. What exactly was fixed? Let's see here. I'm going to look right into the README and basically kind of give you guys exactly kind of what it says. Maybe paraphrase it. And then I'll show you the main menus and whatnot, but yeah. Don't expect much from this release. Like, I'm not really going to do a full playthrough again. This is just kind of like a showcase of what has changed since last time. Well, let's see here. So, if you typed a long string in the host name or modem field and the menus, the game would crash. So that's been fixed. Under Windows 95, IPX was detected but not functional, resulting in the game exiting to DOS. Now, today, that is totally useless, but back then I guess it mattered. If you use the no sound command, basically, when you load up Quake, you can have like extra parameters, and one of them is no sound, which deactivates sound. But you'd end up getting an error message every single time, like anytime you did like a key press or anything in the main menus, you get like S_local sound can't cache. Yeah, very annoying message. Okay, so if you also set in the visa modes vid no page flip, going underwater would result in the upper left corner being the only area that was getting updated. So also, if you were doing more than 320 pixels wide, which is what we did, so we wouldn't have noticed it. But if we had played in a larger resolution, and we hit tab, it would have actually have been printed incorrectly. Yeah. Also, on network connections that drop packets, the reliable message stream could get stopped up, resulting in frag counts and talk messages no longer being delivered, although game movement continued. Yeah, there was a lot of internet issues for the early Quake. COM port settings in the menu again saved and restored but not used. Direct serial connections did not work with the S-list. If you notice, a lot of these things are internet related. I mean, we don't really get much of a benefit here at all. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Quake now checks the visa information for hardware incapable of page flipping. Menu sounds sometimes didn't play. Actually, I never heard the menu sounds. Apparently now they have menu sounds. Yeah. We never heard it in 0.91 at all. At least from what I remember. So that's good. The Q95 Q-Launch program frequently failed to execute in the first attempt, and the Q95 DLL was running out of buffers when running a server. And also, teams would not be set according to pants colors. Who knows what they were being set by. Also, there is a lot of mentions, about joysticks. Because, yes, Quake 0.92, the big feature is that, well, it offers joystick support. Which, in today's world, means that it's totally useless. You could have played 0.91 and been just as happy. Seriously, really the only difference we really care about is the fact that now we hear sounds. Like, that really is the big difference. We have the ability to hear sounds when we play our game. Are we happy? I'm not sure. Let's load it up! Because that's every update! Did I mention how pointless this was of a video? Why did I do this? Why did I decide to show you the 0.92 release when the 0.91 was pretty good? So yeah, it's yet another one. I'm not sure if there's any differences or so, but yeah, this could be like a little like experimentation one since I don't have to like get right away in and out. So yeah, this one will also have like a little bit more experimentation now that we're kind of getting into the actual game. You can watch Quake guy shoot some stuff. No changes there. It already looks like pretty much the full game in that aspect anyway, so like I don't really care. Yep, I'm sure I want to quit. Okay, what does it have to say for 0.92? It tells us that we would be doomed for eternal damnation again. I was wondering if they'd actually change the splash screen. Because, you know, they changed the version number. Nope. They really didn't change much here. They changed the number. I hope you like the fact that they changed the number. See? They did something. This is what we do. This is what we decide to do. This is a thing. Listen to those menus. This is the main feature of a version for us. We don't care about anything else besides the fact that we can hear these menu buttons now. Look at that, we can spam menu buttons. Listen to that. Quake 0.92. You know, we'd be interested to test out the save feature and see if that's still working. Like the broken save bug that we saw so prevalent in the last one. Okay, get the cryptic key message. Let's go in here. Let's, sure, let's save. You even see they kept my House of Chthon save. That good or bad? Let's exit the game and load it back up. Either this means that we're insane, or we have some practical reason behind this, and I have luckily the latter. Let's load up this and see what happened. Did I break the game, or is it working? Oh wait, I have 90 health. Yep. You know what that means? The entire level is broken! Let me guess, there's a darkened armor up there again. It'd be interesting if it had the same symptoms every time, too. Yep, look at that. Broken armor. I wonder if I do this, or like... I think it refreshes and it works. Like, now I have 100 health. But yeah. So if you're curious, 0.92 had that massive glitch I was talking about. Like I said, really, the only difference that really you can care about between 0.91 and 0.92 seems to be the menu button sounds. Seriously, we have an entire version dedicated to menu button sounds. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked this video that I've dedicated to menu button sounds. Yeah! I am glad that we got that working. Imagine if you didn't get this video on menu button sounds. You'd be left in the dark about this. You wouldn't be able to ever hear menu button sounds. Maybe what's that? Yeah. What was I about to do? I was about to do something. I was going to test... You always should test this video modes. I want to see how video modes work in, what is it? Vid describe modes. And then you want, like, vid underscore mode, and you choose the mode you want. Now, I'll show you guys on camera exactly what happens. 0 is the one we have currently. So that isn't going to matter at all. Vid mode 1. It basically looks the same as vid mode 0. There's always supposed to be like a... It's supposed to be like a flip. But yeah, it actually just makes things run slower for really nothing. It's a terrible mode, don't use it. Vid mode 2! Now with a slightly smaller menu! Yeah, I really don't care about, like, that one. Like, it doesn't do anything beneficial. Vid mode 4! 360 by 240. That ain't too bad, but really, if you look at that, versus, say, like, vid mode 0... Like, it doesn't even change, like, the distance of a shotgun. You're not seeing, like, any more distance with a shotgun than you were able to before. So, like, we're not, like, gaining any distance in the ability to see what we're doing. So, it doesn't really feel like that much of an improvement at all. So, like, we could play the game like this before. We had the viable option to choose this, but, yeah, I just didn't feel it was that useful. Vid mode 5. That looks terrible. Vid mode 6. It's getting even more terrible. Let's get to vid mode 7. Oh, dear God, what are we doing? Why do we keep pressing buttons? We're just getting worse and worse. I hope you can still see the game fine. Quake, now with a really weird slanty screen. Yeah, I really hope you can see what's going on because the screen's gotten really warped. Like, everything's crooked and crushed. Vid mode 11. And that gets us 600 by 400, which is a much cooler resolution if you notice. Now everything's still like the top right menu, but there's one problem. Specifically the lag. Like, I feel like I'm kind of crawling around a little bit more than I was before. Let's see here. Let's give all. Impulse 9? We'd help if we didn't do a space. There we are. Oh, look, we even get the Thunderbolt. Yeah. Fear my electrocuting Thunderbolt. Shocky. Let's see. Let's throw some grenades down. Hey, I guess this would be playable. Actually, this is pretty playable. But watch as I show you exactly what happens with, like, lag. I get outside the window for a second. See, like, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I get back in the window. Now watch as I shoot. See the difference? That's how bad it crawls after you've gone in there. Now, if you get out, exit. I think actually I didn't set any settings for vid mode, so I think it'll stay at a nice vid mode of 640 or not. Vid mode 10. Oh wait, I want vid mode 11. I mean, this would have been nicer to look at, but you know, it felt like it was too laggy. And really, this is kind of just bearable. It's just passable. It's like after you get past this one, it gets really bad. Like, let me show you vid mode 12. This is 640 by 480. It's pretty similar to the last one, so not really too bad yet. Let's go to vid mode 12 though and show you exactly how bad it can get. And mind you, this is just 12. Well, 13, my mistake. Like, you can hear, like, sound lag. It just isn't nice. Well, it's very audiophilic or whatever, I guess you could say, but it's the fact of the matter that you can tell and forget it if you want to go, like, actually all out and get, like, a good resolution. Say we did, like, vid mode 27 or so. I mean, listen, you can hear the lag. Quake! Now with terrible lag! In 2016 on basically a Titan X Pascal with a 4790K, and this is how it performs. The lesson here. Oh yeah, and as for my RAM, I have 16GB RAM, 2400. Yeah, so it should be able to handle Quake pretty fine, especially since it can handle its more complicated mode, GLQuake, which is, you know, the high performing mode. But yet in DosBox, look at this. Look at how terrible it can get. Like, this is why I didn't play in, like, any high resolutions before. They exist. I can't play in them because they're so laggy that, like, 640 by 480, as you saw, wasn't too bad, but there was, like, a slight delay. And it becomes especially terrible up here. Like, look at that. This is terrible. This is just terrible. But yeah. Scared as hell. God. So, yeah, let me load it back up, make sure we're at the small resolution. That's good, that's good. I just want to make sure that way we weren't messing up our game. One thing I do wish to say about, this, specific setup, I'm using DosBots and whatnot, and that could always be part of the problem because it's in an emulator, and the emulator might be limited by what it can put out. And I believe that's probably the case. It's probably due to the emulator. Either that, or maybe the shareware versions were just horribly optimized and didn't do well at all back in '96 either. Who knows? But in any event, you know, you could definitely see that we could not do it really on higher modes to really showcase it off. And basically, this is with matte cycles. I'm basically setting everything to like the matte cycles, trying to get things as powerful as possible. It makes no real difference. Like, even send it this high or whatnot and have everything as crazy as I can try and make it, it's not doing anything for it. It's not giving any favors or making it better. I tried like going with different output modes. I tried like switching from like Direct 3D back to like a surface output mode. I tried getting rid of the HQ3, HD3Q, the different overlays, all the different stuff that makes it look prettier, and it still did nothing. Like nothing fixes this. It's just not pretty. It just doesn't work. I've tried changing machine modes. I've tried doing pretty much anything I could think of. And yeah, just no luck whatsoever. So, what I think is going to happen with Quake is, unless we get lucky and like the release version, and it turns out the release version doesn't lag like this, we're probably going to deal with like a tiny window for the time being. Deal with a tiny resolution. And of course, when we finally get to GLQuake in that era, we're of course going to have a massive jump and get to massive 1440p. I mean, you guys will see in 1440p. It's just a much more crammed look than otherwise would be. You know, on 1440p, of course, you're going to have a very widescreen display or whatnot with a lot more. But it'll definitely look like a much more insane jump when we do indeed get to GLQuake. You know, that day we decide to finally upgrade. But yeah, original DosQuake, very tiny resolution and very limited in capabilities because of DosBots. I think this is why I didn't really bother with the original vanilla Quake in the past. Like, honestly, outside of like this, I never really touched the original Quake. I mostly played in GeoQuake. And I think this is probably the main reason for it. The fact of the matter that when I try doing this, it is so limiting due to DosBots. I mean, I got it this far. I got it to work in 3D. I got it to work with all these different stuff. And this, of course, is a pain in the butt to even set up this much. But yeah, it's definitely not the nicest piece of software in DosBots for whatever reason. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm probably doing everything wrong. But that's beside the point. It's just a lot easier and a lot nicer to just set it up in GLQuake. I'm used to how you set it up there. It's probably intuitive for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people think it's very, very weak because of the default settings. And nobody knows how to, like, change around, like, so much in GLQuake. I feel like it has all the options of all the others, but more. But we'll get to that, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean when we get there. After all, I'm going to be showing that off, too, eventually. When we get to 97. But we have a way to go to get there if we're doing Quake like I'm doing it right now. Anyway, I've been rambling for long enough, nearly the 20-minute mark. I think this is a good showcase of 0.92, especially since 0.92 had absolutely nothing different besides menu sounds. Like, everything else was internet-based in a way that's totally, like, out of date for us. It's either internet based, out of date for us, or yeah, pretty much everything useless for us. So yeah, we got menu sounds. I hope you like those pretty menu sounds, people. We devoted 20 minutes to that. Anyway, well then, mind, thank you very much all for watching, and I shall see you all next time.